Be the best Beyblade box for a single Bay. The gold and everything is phenomenal. Absolutely love this guy.
Ultimate Valkyrie was held as the last Valkyrie, and combinations of all of the previous Valkyries, having parts of pretty much every Valkyrie throughout its design. This was seen as the ultimate attack type, but how good was it actually? Today we're going to be going over all the parts and pretty much how good Ultimate Valkyrie was, and did it hold up in competitive when it was released. The answer to that question is yes and no. Pretty much out of the box, Ultimate Valkyrie would have been, in my opinion, one of the best attack type Beyblades straight out the box if the driver was different. Now, the disc, you could say there are heavier discs, of course. But the main problem with Valkyrie isn't even the disc. Yes, changing the disc and giving it something like Over or Giga will boost this guy's attack. But the main problem is Variable Dash, because Variable Dash is what prevents this guy from being the best attack combo it could be. Because essentially, Variable Dash, you can't control it, and Dynamite Beyblades are a lot lower than other Beyblades. Because of the way the system works, the discs are pushed down. So, with Variable being, especially Awakened, really, really short, means that when you launch this guy, I guess it's better to just show by example. He will scrape really fast. Like, I'll hold that. Look, boom. He started scraping. And the stem is going to die. Look, yep, there you go. Yep. See that? That's the example. Variable pretty much is the main Achilles heel of this Beyblade. But, literally, if you change Variable to any other attack driver, like a lot of people use Quick Dash or Extreme Dash, it becomes great. Ultimate essentially is, I think it's the most popular attack blade, the most popular right spin attack Beyblade. Because before Ultimate, we had a Savior, which was good for attack. But the problem with Savior is that you use this thing, it will burst a lot. This thing does really good damage, but you burst. Even with all the burst resistance in the world, this thing just bursts. It is too bursty, right? And then pretty much before that, like something like Dangerous was not good. Dynamite isn't even used for attack combos. And so pretty much Guilty was the best attack type before this. And I still think Guilty is better than Ultimate just because that the metal and the shape of everything. Guilty is pretty much the best Dynamite battle attack type. But for right spin attack and Dynamite battle, you didn't really have anything before Ultimate came out. So now that Ultimate's out, this is pretty much the main right spin attack Beyblade that you see everybody use. If anyone's using right spin attack, it's some variation of Ultimate. Usually what they will do is they'll put the Perseus core in it. They'll have the Perseus core, and then they'll put like Quick Dash or Extreme Dash. So in terms of all the parts, the main parts that are used, Variable was dead on arrival. Legacy, I like Legacy because it doesn't scrape as much as other discs. I think things like Giga, if you don't pair it right, could scrape. I know Nexus plus S and Nexus plus D, those both scrape a whole lot. As the battle goes on. But Legacy, I think, doesn't scrape as much. But regardless, unfortunately for attack, you're gonna want to run things that are heavy. So even if Giga may scrape, you always gonna want Over. I pretty much use Ultimate all the time with Over. I think Over is my favorite. Over is just my favorite disc in general. But it was pretty much dead on arrival. So those two parts really did not have any competitive use as soon as they were released. I mean, Variable, you can argue maybe in like the GT era, or maybe even if you go into like maybe battling with single or dual layers, but still things like Extreme are just better in those scenarios. And then so these top three parts, pretty much these are all the parts from Ultimate Valkyrie that are used today. Valkyrie 2 is a solid core that has good burst resistance. It has pretty good teeth. So the Valkyrie core can be used a lot for attack. Perseus, while it does have weight, doesn't have the best teeth. So Ultimate Valkyrie, I think, is better. The Valkyrie 2 core is better than Perseus when it comes to burst resistance. It's not as good as Belial 2. That was, I think, the better. I think Belial 2 and now Belial 3 are pretty much the best right spin cores that people use for burst resistance. because they have the burst stopper. But regardless, Ultimate Valkyrie is just good. I mean, the amount of burst resistance there is on these guys is really good as it is, but with attack types, you're going to want as much burst resistance as possible because you're going to be dealing insane amount of damage. So you're going to want to have a lot of burst resistance. So Ultimate Valkyrie, the Valkyrie 2 core is pretty much solid. Then we also get the 9 armor, which pairs well with 3-sided things. So you can use these things on like Dynamite, you can use this on like Vanish, pretty much anything that's 3-sided because you have the 3 sides, 1, 2, 3, and it pretty much centralizes anything good with any 3-sided blade. So this has pretty much a good amount of use because there are quite a few 3-sided things, even like Dynamite. And also Ultimates. This is pretty much the main reason to get this guy. This thing is really competitive. This is, I think, like I said, the best pretty much competitive right spin by Dynamite Battle Blade with the rubber. The rubber contact points are massive. Even these little gold points right here just hit incredibly hard. So if you really want a good attack type, Ultimate Valkyrie is good. It comes with, like I said, literally, you get pretty much half of a competitive attack Beyblade by getting this guy right out the box. You got literally this is all you need. Like, the bottom stuff is good, but pretty much this is all you need. And if you got like something like Destroy, old attack drivers do well, but all pretty much you're gonna do is just put Quick Dash and a different disc on this guy, and it will be good. Like, for example, I got Over right here. Pretty much you get Over, Quick Dash. Quick Dash is pretty much widely available, especially in Pro Series. You can get this from the Dragon, from Command Dragon, yeah. So Ultimate Valkyrie competitively, I think, is really good. Just the top half. Just the bottom half isn't the best in the world, but yeah, when it came out, it was a pretty good Beyblade. Now, just to go brief over, in the VS set with Burst Spriggan, we did get another Ultimate Valkyrie. Now, technically, in stock combo, this is better than the first Ultimate Valkyrie, just because Excel Dash is far easier to control than Variable. But the thing is, Excel Dash really just doesn't have momentum. It doesn't have the speed as a bunch of other attack drivers. Wing Dash, I believe, is heavier than Legacy. So yeah, out of stock, technically this guy's better. So if you get the VS Spriggan set, there's no reason to get the original Ultimate Valkyrie. So in terms of which one I would buy, I would recommend buying the VS set Valkyrie, just because, like I said, I think Wing Dash is better than Legacy, and Excel pretty much technically is better than Variable. Even though, as much as I'm crapping on Variable, right, if you get hit by Variable at the beginning of the battle, you're dead. Like, if this thing, when it's speeding around at the beginning, if you get hit, you'll pretty much get knocked out of the stadium or burst. But the thing is, the chance of something getting hit is really low, to the point where it's not even worth trying to get it. When you can get something more consistent with like a Quick Dash, technically, I mean, Excel just, it's more controlled, but it doesn't hit. The only reason why Excel is good on, see, the reason why people may say Ultimate Valkyrie is good, it's just because the Ultimate Blade is that good that bad parts it's still good with, right? Because of how aggressive Ultimate Valkyrie is that essentially, even if it has a bad driver, just the speed it will have by the first launch will just make the first few seconds of the battle, it will be that powerful, right? So technically, of the two, I would say the new Ultimate Valkyrie that came out in November in the VS Spriggan set, I would say is better if you still don't have Ultimate Valkyrie. But regardless, even if you get this one, the original one, still good. You pretty much just want the Valkyrie, the Ultimate Blade. So in terms of testing, ideal combos, pretty much just Quick Dash on this guy. It's really consistent, and yeah, that's how good Ultimate Valkyrie was competitively. Just to do a test battle, I guess we're going to throw it against, just a test battle against Glide Hyperion. Fortress Wave Dash has decent life after death, and yeah, so let's battle Ultimate Valkyrie against this guy. Hyperion, it's not Glide, it's Cycle, my fault. Alright, there goes Hyperion in there. Gonna charge up the launcher. Let's get Valkyrie. Oh, nice initial hit. Oh, there we go. Nice KO. Valkyrie has really good attack power, get nice KOs. If it gets a good hit, maybe even a burst. But regardless, Ultimate Valkyrie, highly recommend. You can get the normal one, but I think the one in the Spriggan set is better just because Wing Dash is better than Legacy. Well, there's Over on here, but it's better than Legacy. And Excel Dash is technically better than Variable Dash. And yeah, so yeah, here you go. That's the competitive. That's how good Ultimate Valkyrie is actually. So, really good. When you customize it out of the box, not as good. But regardless, if you get this guy, it's pretty much the best right spin attack for Dynamite Battle, which is technically the last system for Burst as we have. So, in terms of the best attack type there is of ever in Burst, Ultimate Valkyrie is pretty much going to be it for right spin. So yeah. Let me know what Beyblade you want to see me do a competitive analysis of next. I'm going to go through its parts. Whatever one you want to see me analyze how competitive it is actually, we will go over it. So, we'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.